Welcome along to the start of another working week here at Brickcycle. It's been a quiet weekend, although I did ship orders out on Saturday morning, not that there were many. It's been one of the quietest weekends I've had in ages. I've only got 5 orders on Bricklink. I'll show you them. Got 60 blue 2x4 tiles. Got a couple of collectible figures there. We've got the Tasmanian Devil and Marvin the Martian, along with some Batman series base plates. Parts order, decent quantity, 495 parts in 7 lots. Bit of a smaller one, 23 items in 7 lots. And then the highest value order is this one, because of the train volt motor. The train 9-volt motor, sorry. But this order has actually got a message on it asking me to hold it and post it on the 15th of November. And we're on the 30th of October today, so I've got to hold that one for a couple of weeks. So I don't know whether to leave it unpicked or pick it and then just keep it to one side. Also got a couple of orders on eBay. I've got an Olivia Friends minifigure going out from a really old listing. And then I've sold my old iPhone X. So obviously it's not Lego, but it's here, it needs doing, so I just thought I'd show that. So I'm going to get these sorted and then go from there. Orders are now done, as you can see. So I'm kind of filming this to try and help me think about it. Maybe just talking out loud might achieve that. So for a while I've wanted to get rid of these, or at least some of them. I thought about leaving the bottom 2 and then putting a shelf above it, so I'd still have 6 in here. I've got 2 in use at the minute, the top 2 there, for bits that are still on eBay. And I do intend to re-establish myself on eBay at some point, but it's just not a priority. So where I've got the sorted Lego that I have sorted for me, it comes back and I've got a load of these for different categories, and I've definitely got room for 8 more of these. There's 15 there, so that'd leave me 7. So I don't know whether to increase that 8 to a 9, because I've got the ceiling height to do it, and then that'd leave the 6, or try and eliminate 10, leave 5, and then have that space at that side where those 10 were. And the idea is all these new sets you've seen, if you've watched last week's vlog, especially the end of it, they're just everywhere, and I need to try and get them contained. And ideally I'd like some stuff in here that's not just randomly chucked on shelves, etc. So I'm thinking about obviously moving them. I've also thought about moving the 8 that I can move into the other area, which would leave 6, and seeing if I can clear room on here, and maybe having, I'm not sure how high I'd get. I think I'd probably get 3 on there. Possibly trying to clear them all out from there and just have that full of new stock sets. Although I can't say new stock, because some used stock could end up under there as well, but I just feel like it's not the best use of the space. And eventually I do need some of them drawers, like I've already said, for the used, because I've got 16 that I'm currently using for used, and then I've got a bunch of these ones, these smaller drawers, like A4 paper size, and they're just not deep enough for large quantity like they are. So I definitely need more in there, and I think if I had 24, I won't be far off being where I need to be. So I'm just trying to work it out, and then whether to take that task on, because it is going to be a big task. It's not just a case of moving them. I've got to organise it. I've got to organise the other room better to accommodate them. But there is a load of stock in there as well, besides what you've seen at the back end of the video. There's this last week's video. There's the stuff from the start of the video. Still talking about last week's video, and then this stuff from previous weeks. So I've got an awful lot of new sets. So that's kind of what I'm thinking of doing. And then what I also want to do is, even though I've got loads of empty drawers at the minute, I'm sure well you can see on there, you can see a few that are turned around. Starting to get these labelled up as well. And then once I've done that, possibly set myself a challenge of trying to part so many sets out in a time frame, just to give me some accountability, and I'm more likely to try and stick to it and achieve it if I make you lot aware of it. Although that's not set in stone yet, so I said I'm only thinking about it, so don't get carried away. But for now, yeah, I think my first job is clear space in the other room to try and get these, and then see what we can do. And then eventually I'll have to work on them one at a time to empty them off so that I can use them for the used stuff. Although I still do want some for eBay, so I don't really want to take them all into that other room. It'd be nice to keep some in this room for eBay. That's the dilemma. So I need to do a bit more thinking and maybe measure some of the spaces that I've got to see how many I can get, or where I can get, how many of them I can get under here, as I've just been showing. So let's find a tape measure. I didn't bother with a tape measure. I just took the drawers out of one of them and then took one off, which is over there. So there's 4 there, and as you can see, and that's now rested on the shelf at the bottom. And as you can see, it doesn't fit. And it doesn't fit if you took it under, because there is space under there, but not enough. And even if there was enough to fit those, you won't get the top drawer open. So I can only do it in stacks of 3. So that'd get me 6 there. Obviously I'd have to move all that lot that's there. But if I put 6 like I've just shown, that'd leave me 9. I've got 15. And I can get a stack of 9 in the other area. So I think that's the route I'm going to go down. These are the 6 black drawers that are staying in here, and the rest have gone. Just need to give it a clean down there before moving some stock in. So before that, I'm just working through all the stuff that came in last week. So in here, what's left is what was bought to save for retirement. So all I'm trying to do is fill this box up with stuff that is going to go away in the loft and be held, because it's due to retire this year. And obviously with the stuff that I got from Sainsbury's, I've decided I had 6 of these. 2 of the boxes were damaged, so that they had to be parted out. And I didn't just want to part 2 out, so I'm saving 2 and parting 4 out. I had 11 of these. Boxes are fine on them all, so I'm just going to save 3 and part 8 out. And then I had 17 of these, plus there's 1 there. So I'm going to part 10 out and save 8. So I'm going to try and squeeze them into this box. Not sure how that'll go. Change of plan. Can't get any more in there. I've only managed to get 6. I wanted to get 8. They just they'd be stuck up too much, and I mean I can't put anything on top of the box, etc. So they'd get damaged. So I'm just going to save 6 and then part 12 out. So 4, 5, 6. The Ravenclaw books, house banners, not books, and the Dark Trooper attacks. So they're all fitted in. So it's just those 2 Marvel So I don't think they'll do much anyway, to be honest. RRP were £9 or £8.99. I paid £4.50, so I got my R price. So I'd like to think I'd make a profit on them, but if I don't, you know, I've got 12 I can part out in future. It's no big deal. So that will go up in the loft, which, surprise, is something else that needs sorting out at some point, because there's just so much stock up there. I don't even know what there is at the minute, to be honest. I've got an idea of some of it, but I can't remember it all. And I've possibly got stuff up there that I've got down here. So, but that's a job for another day. That area is now prepped. I've cleaned it out, and then what I've done is, I've noticed in the past when I'm sat working, when I bordered this lot out, the wood stopped short at the bottom. I don't know if you can quite see this. That's where it stops. So there's about 100mm, 4-inch, where the cold air comes in, and it just bugs you on your feet and your legs. So I had some old cardboard knocking about, and I've just lined it with some bubble wrap just to try and stop that draft around my feet while that area was empty. Because if I could go back and start again, I'd have insulated everything properly. But you know, sometimes you just don't know, do you? So yeah, hopefully that'll just stop a bit of draft and just make it a bit warmer on the legs and the feet when I'm sat there working. And that area is now ready to be filled with Lego. Just started bringing in the stock that's going to get parted out, and earlier when I was looking at sets to save, I forgot about this one. So retail price £49.99, so 50 quid. I paid £15 for it. So out of curiosity, I've just looked at the part out value. It's £113.66p. That's nearly £100 profit, and that's from last 6 months sales, not current average items for sale. Because obviously I could probably sell them on quickly now at maybe £30 and double my money. I could hold them till they've retired, which, you know, it's not been out long, so it'd be a long time to hold it. Or I could part it out. There's over 1,000 parts as well, so it would be a good stock boost. Some of the parts are not brilliant, if we're being honest. I've got one minifigure in there, which is a version of Mickey Mouse. Average sold price £12.46. Although you can obviously get it cheaper than that. So the average is there, and you can pick him up for £9.99. So I could go on at cheapest and still recover more than half of my money, what I paid for that set. That's one of them sets where you think, oh, wish I'd have got more. They didn't have more, I bought all 4. But as I say, the parts, it's obviously lots of small parts. You know, not the best colours. Bright light orange, 26 of them. $22 in lime. But there is some decent enough parts as well, to be fair. It's just a lot of small stuff. So I don't know what I'm going to do with that. I'm not in a rush. I know what I paid for it, I know what it's worth. So yeah, that surprised me. But I think one thing I'm going to do is, because a lot of sets have been unboxed and then put in a cardboard box to save space, while I'm bringing them in, I'm going to do some sort of inventory record so that I know what I've got, how many I've got, and the value of them, etc. All my part out sets are now in here. So these cardboard boxes and these ones are all full of sets. So in this one, for example, we've got the Harry Potter Patronus, got three of them in there, and then that looks like the Technic McLaren car. From memory, there's 2 of them. So I'm going to check that, and if there is 2, then I'm going to put the set number, like Technic, then the number times 2, and Harry Potter set number times 3. I'll probably do that on 2 sides of the box, so I've got options as to which way to put the box, and do that on all of them, because there is some sets, I believe, I'm trying to think what they are, can't remember, in these that I've also got in boxes. For example, one of the Dream sets and the Star Wars Pirate Snub. Because there's 5 of them there. And from memory I've got 5 that are in one of these boxes as well. And then that way, if I decided to part them out up there, I can check and make sure I've got them all, because the last thing I want to do is part a set out and then the week later realise that I've got some in here or in one of these boxes and have to part it out again. So I just need to get a bit more organised with it all because of how much there is. Once I've got basically an inventory list of everything, I've then got to try and play Jenga in there, and I've still got to clear some space off here to get those 2 stacks of free black drawers, what these drawers belong in, under here. So I feel that might be too much to get it in there and all this stock under there. I think I'll get all the stock under there, but I don't think I'll get that space cleared. But I won't know until I try, and if I don't, then I've got to rethink things. Just in case that didn't make sense. So Harry Potter set number times 3, Technic set number times 2. So I now know what's in that box. Just doing the second box, and I've got 3 sets in here. I've got 3 copies of a Ninjago set there, 3 of this, and then 5 of that, which I completely forgot I'd got. And I've also got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them there. The Obi-Wan Starfighter. So I've got 12 of them in total. So another good example of why I'm doing it. They're all done, as you can see. They've all got the set number and quantities on the end of the box. So I think that gives me a grand total of 47 sets in those boxes. And then those, all this lot, them there, and them up there. There's another 93. So 93 and 47 is 140 sets. Still got a few in there. There, some random Minecraft stuff. I need to go through that and make a list of what's in there. It's just unbelievable how much stock I've got, because I've still got roughly around 700 sealed sets at someone else's house and some in my loft. And the last time I checked it was around just over 700. And the problem is I ain't got a full inventory list of what's there and what isn't. But it's not like I need it anytime soon, because I've got this lot to be working on. And this would have been more, obviously you saw me earlier put, what were it, 6 in the end of them. 2 of the Harry Potter set and 2 or 3, 3 of the Dark Trooper set. So if I hadn't have done that, I'd be touching 150. Still might be by the time I've been through the Minecraft stuff down there. So anyway, I'm going to nip to the post office while I'm thinking about it, because even if someone else orders something today, I've got no chance of picking anything in here at the minute. So I'm going to get the orders out of the way and sent off, and then come back and try and play Jenga with Lego sets in there. That Minecraft box is now done. and there's 8 sets in there in total. So that gives me, what was it, 140, so 148. $148 sets waiting to be ported out. I've also got our Friends, not the theme, the TV show, Central Perk. One of them that's been opened, and I've took a couple of parts out of it when I've been short on orders. That's also been waiting to be ported out, so I guess that'd make it 149. I think that's it for now. The stuff that I mentioned that's in the loft and that's in someone else's spare bedroom, it's not all for part out. The stuff that's in the spare bedroom is all ex-show stock, but in multiples. And if it's not in multiples, it's because it's a bigger set. And then the stuff in the loft, some of that is for part out. Some are singles that are more expensive sets, and then some are just waiting to retire, to be sold. That way, once they've retired. So finally, I can now make a list of what's here, still in the boxes, and then try and get it all under there with some of this. I've got absolutely no chance. You can see what's in there. Still got them there, them, and them. So I'm definitely going to have to use that bottom shelf. Probably keep them up there as well. But I've got no chance clearing this, which is annoying because I've got 6 of those black drawers that need to go somewhere. So until I've parted lots of sets out, I'm going to have a problem. Worktop is clear of sets. Floor is clear of sets. Shelves clear of sets. Although I failed with that bit, but I don't mind that up there. And that's how that area looks. So my problem is where this lot's going to go that belong in those drawers. Because obviously they won't fit on the shelves. I would get some of the other stuff that's lying about on the shelves, just to clear that bit. But yeah, that's an issue. So I don't know what I'm going to do about that yet. So I've not got any room in the other room that I use either. So I've got a problem there. So until I can part out a load of sets to move probably this tub and 2 of them boxes to get them drawers under there, they're just going to have to live somewhere else for the time being. So this is one of the reasons I mentioned possibly setting myself a challenge just to part so many sets out, because having nearly 150 sets in this room waiting to part it out is ridiculous. And then there's all the other stuff, because obviously I've got 15 of these drawers that are all full of stuff that needs dealing with. Some random stuff there, and heads. Got stuff up there. Not all of it up there needs doing, but some of it. Stuff up there. And that bit. Minifigure stuff there. Train track there. Whatever's in that bag, I can't even remember. And there's a Lego bag down there that you've probably seen as well that's got some stuff in. Obviously there's this stuff. So another problem I've got is if I focus on the new, then the used is still getting sorted, so that starts to pile up, which to an extent I want so that I can do it in bulk. But on the same hand, I've got to be able to store it. So it's finding a balance but the amount of sets is causing me a problem. So I'm going to give that some more thought today and tomorrow, and decide if I want to set myself a challenge. I'm thinking part so many out in basically in November, in 30 days. To start it on the 1st, which is what, Wednesday? Up to the last day of November, whenever that is, and see how many I can do. I feel like I need a target rather than saying see how many I can do. I feel like if I set a number to try and achieve that, I'll be more determined and stick to it more to do it. And obviously it can only have a good impact on the store in more ways than one. You know, increase the part, the lot count, get more sales, clear more space, so that I can then rectify this. And it'd be, you know, it'd possibly be a good, if I can set some sort of like schedule with it, to do so many a day or every other day or whatever. It'd be a good routine to get into, or schedule, because of the amount of sets I've obviously got elsewhere that aren't in this room that I've already mentioned, which is in excess of 700. Again, they're not all for parting out, but I'd say probably 75% of it is. So obviously you've seen the sets that I'm talking about. Some of them like them small Marvel sets, but then there's 3 police station modulars in there, which obviously they're the biggest set in this pile. In that box there's 3 the high-speed passenger train, which is a decent size. So they're not all small. So I don't know what the average would be. I'd have to work that out if I wanted to, but I don't. But yeah, I'm going to give that some thought and make a decision. I need to do something because I need some space back, because this is just ridiculous. And I need to start getting stuff listed, not just buying stock. Buying it's easier, selling it's the hard bit. But life's not been straightforward in my personal life recently, as I'm sure you've picked up on. So I know what I want to do with this Lego store business, and I know what I think I can do. So I need to start taking steps to make it happen now. I achieved what I wanted to do when I was doing shows, and obviously I'm not doing them because of personal stuff, but I became quite well established, was able to put on a big stall if required. So I want to use that same sort of mentality what I had with shows, and drive Bricklink and Brick Owl, and then eventually get eBay going well again. Anyway, I've rambled on enough, so I'm going to leave it there for today. I've just had enough today. I've done quite a lot with all this, so I'm going to put the desk back to where it should be on the workbench. See if I can tidy these up a little bit, find somewhere for them to live temporarily, and that'll probably be it for today. So hopefully the next bit of footage you'll see is tomorrow's orders, which there aren't been any as of yet, which is not a bad thing because I wouldn't have been able to do them, like I said. But I should be able to deal with them now, so hopefully some will come in overnight and I'll have something to show you in the morning. Who knows what tomorrow brings, and so what else I'll be doing. It's now Tuesday morning and I've got absolutely 0 orders to do, which is really disappointing, but you know, been in here about an hour and a half already. It's 9:20, so I've been pottering about. So continuing with those sets, I've made a spreadsheet just to give me some sort of basically a checklist, so once I've done them I can cross them off and keep a tally of what I'm doing, sort of thing. So I've taken the piece count according to Bricklink here for each individual set. So then obviously the top one, Gabby's dollhouse, set number 2 for the quantity, that's the amount I've got. 488 parts, 2 times 488 is 976. It's not in alphabetical order, but I've tried to group everything. So we've got Gabby's dollhouse, Marvel, Ninjago, Technic, Dreams, Icons, Friends, Minecraft, Harry Potter, down to Disney, Sonic, City, Star Wars, and that's it. And as you can see, that gives me a total of 149 sets. Now earlier in the video I said 148, and then adding the Friends Central Perk and make it 149. The Friends Central Perk isn't on this list. So somewhere I've made a mistake in either when I was adding them up earlier in the video, which was yesterday to me, or I've entered something wrong on here, and I've checked this and this seems right. So I'm going to guess or assume that it was when I was adding stuff up. So the total number of parts in all those sets, 68,178. So nearly 70,000 parts there, which would be good if I could actually get through it all. So there's the list of everything that I was doing. I've also moved some of the sets because when I was sat on my stool, chair, whatever you want to call it, I couldn't get my knees under. And I wanted to be able to see what I've written on these boxes, which obviously I've been able to do on that side, but failed on this side, which is mainly down to the fact that I've got these Gabby's doll houses, so once they're out of the way I'll be able to see everything that's there. So I've ended up putting some back up there and on these shelves again, just so that, like I say, it's a bit more easier to deal with there. I've moved this lot off here and put them there. Obviously I need to move 2 more boxes to get the other set of 3 under there, and then that would get rid of all them drawers. So that's what I'm going to look at now, is trying to deal with this and see if I can make it work somehow. One of these, it's a shame I can't do 2, but because I've got 2, I've got some more somewhere. I've got another 2 somewhere because I had 6 in total. There's 2 there. But anyway, one of them would fit there, but only one of them. So I'm tempted to put that there just to give myself another 6 large drawers for used, because I'm up to my second from the end. I've used about half of that one there, that one. So then I've got those 12 big drawers, and then I'll be out of big drawers for used stuff. But that's not a massive thing, it's not a massive importance. If I do end up doing it, it's just so that it's out of my way. And obviously I've still got the tools in here. If I get rid of the tool, sorry, light bulb moment. If I can move the tools back out and get them back in the garage, that would give me some more room for at least one of those boxes, if not 2, with a bit of a rejig down there. So that might be something I need to look at. I'm trying to keep them in here until I get more of these blue drawers that I use, which are going to go on here. But the minute I don't need them, and I've spent a lot of money on stock recently, so I can do without them. But yeah, that's going to have to be how it works. I need to get the tools out, get them back in the garage, and just give them that bit more space. But anyway, I'm going to see what I can do, and I'll update you when I've done more. I'm going to do it like that. I'm going to put that one there, just to show you, because it probably looks like two would fit, but that's rested on the other one now, and there's no chance, nowhere near, as you can see. But it also means I've got a good place for my internet and my Wi-Fi box and my Wi-Fi booster stay tucked away. And I can't put that at the top because I've got plug there that then leads up to that extension, so I need access to that just in case I ever need to unplug it, or there is an empty socket as well. So I'm going to do it like that. Might not look what's the word, aesthetically pleasing, but it does the job, and that's all that matters. So, and it keeps them out of the way, so I'm quite happy about that. So it gives me another 6 drawers. Those drawers are now there, and I'm quite happy with that. So the top 2 have got my eBay stuff in on that one, and the rest have just got stuff in that need dealing with. Basically managed to squeeze my large letterboxes there. I have, however, still got these 2 boxes to try and do something with. And then yesterday I had 500 small large letterboxes delivered, so that's, as you can see, that's two bundles, and they're in 100 bundles, so there's another 3. So I'm going to fit some of them on top of these drawers, but then that's another problem in itself as to where the rest are going to go. I'm going to see how many I can get here, and then, well, then I don't know what I'm going to do, to be honest. I've only got room for 1 pack, so I've got four more of them. I need to find somewhere to live. I've also got, which I believe are coming today, so they're the small parcel boxes, they're the large, they're like A4 letter. I've got the medium size coming as well, because I've run out of them. Well, I've got 3 left, everything the orders came. So I think I've got 200 of them coming, so I've got to find somewhere for them as well. So this is just a nightmare. I just don't have the space, or I have too much stuff, one or the other. Depends which way you want to look at it. I look at it as I don't have the space, I need a bigger room, but I ain't got a bigger room. This is what I've got, so I've got to work with it. So just got to keep moving stuff around, and eventually it will improve, because I'm going to get my arse in gear, excuse my language, with uploading, which will obviously create space because it'll then go into the wall. Just decided to come back to the spreadsheet and add 6-month average, obviously based on today, for each set, and then the total value. So when I do the part out, so the top one, Gabby's dollhouse again, 2 of them, 488 parts, total parts 976, 6-month average £79.01. So the total value for both of them parted out is £158.02. So obviously that continues down, because a lot of this has recently been bought. I can remember what I paid for it. So one that really stood out to me was, bear with me, it's one of the Friends ones, 41720. No, that's the wrong number. Which one was it? That one. 41757. So the part out value is 17641, as you can see. Where are we? There. And that's the Botanical Garden set. That one. There you go. So I paid £18 for them. Got 3 of them from Sainsbury's last week, and they part out at £176 each. That's an insane part out value, and that's last 6 months average, don't forget, that's not current average. It's £529 in parts. Yeah, they might not all sell, that's the usual case with Bricklink and Brick Owl, but for an £18 set to have a part out value at that, that's just insane. I mean, what does that actually work out at? Can we do that on here? So if we do 17641 18, so equals that divided by that, 9.8. So that's nearly 10 times the return. That's the highest part out I've ever had, without a doubt. That is just unbelievable. And there's a few that have stood out as being really good. But then there's a few that are not so good. But its grand total in pounds is £9,767.72. So that'd be the total value of the stock if it was all added today. So obviously the 6 month average can change, so all these figures here can change. But I was just curious. I thought while I had the spreadsheet, I'd do it. And there you go. So I've just been sorting out and tidying up. I've still got these 2 boxes left, but I'm clear down here. Obviously that tub's stuff waiting to be washed, which I mentioned before. Same with train track waiting to be washed. I've been sorting through some of these black drawers that are in the other room, trying to condense things and just basically get stuff together that's the same sort of part, etc., and rather than having it all over the place. While I've been doing that, last week's vlog is currently uploading. I were getting these out on a Saturday, but I had such problems with, not last week's, the previous one. That one didn't actually go up till Saturday, so I've left it a few days to get this one up. So obviously it's it's Tuesday, so hopefully that will be up later today. But obviously, hopefully you've already watched it. If you haven't, go and check it out. It shows all the stock I got in last week and what I paid for it, etc. And then hopefully the one you're watching will have been uploaded on Saturday coming. So yeah, I'm just going to keep pottering about for a bit. I'm trying to tidy up and get a bit of the room back so I can work properly. This is the spreadsheet you saw me doing earlier with all those sets on, etc. So I've just printed it out so I can tick them off when I've done them, etc. And I've already mentioned about setting myself a challenge. So the challenge is, and I'm going to attempt it, through all of November, which is the 1st tomorrow, because it's Halloween today, the 31st. So the 1st of November, up to the last day of November, so the entire month, to part out 100 sets. And it'll all be on my own. I don't have any help with it. Some of the sets will be small, like the Marvel one. Some of the sets will be bigger. I mean, they're all on this list. Yeah, you can see here, that's the Marvel one, 59 parts. A lot of them are less than 1,000. Then you've got the police station, the Icons police station modular. One of the Friends ones, Botanical Gardens, over 1,000. Over 600 there, Harry Potter one. 700 as well for Harry Potter. The Disney Icon frames, 1,000. Got Star Wars one that's 1,000. So yeah, so there's a good mixture. So it's not about part count, it's set count, however many I can do. There's 149 on this list. Obviously I've got access to way more than that, but I'm going to try and concentrate on stuff that's on this list. So that's me laying myself a challenge down, 100 sets parted out onto Bricklink in a month. Do you think I can do it? Yes or no? Feel free to have your say in the comments. Hence why the main reason I'm trying to tidy up a bit so that I can work properly and how I want to work. So I've got all my sorting tubs emptied out up there ready. I just need to do something with these boxes, and ideally that, so that I've got more of the workbench available, and possibly label some drawers, some of them. So obviously I could do that today. I'll make a start on doing some today. I don't want to start parting any sets out today because obviously it's not November yet, and that'd be cheating. So, and hopefully if I can do 100 sets, it will drive some orders through, because it's been so quiet this week. It's really disappointing. Well, I guess with Christmas coming up, I don't know, end of the month, people been waiting for payday, who knows. So just need to upload excuse me, upload and see what happens. So 100 sets in a month, yes or no? Will I do it? I've got the old label maker out. That's what I use if anyone's interested, and I only buy the labels when they're on offer, so I just leave them in my basket on Amazon regularly and check it regularly, and when I see that they're on offer I just get a couple in, because obviously I've still got labelling to do. So proper mundane task, you know, it's no fun. I had to start there. I've done down to H. I'll just explain this in case anyone don't know. Obviously I've done my numbering system, etc. here, and then round that side, and this was the only place to insert these. So what I did is I went with the last drawer number down here, which is turned around at the minute, which is 182, and then went 182A and then double A, so on and so forth. Then obviously where it goes to 3, I've just gone triple I. I've had to use lowercase I so it doesn't look like a 1. So 182I, double I, triple I, and then J, K, L, M, N. I've missed O out because it looks like a 0. And jump straight to P and then finish with Q. And then the idea is, when I get the rest of the blue ones that are going here on this wood, that I'll probably continue from Q and do R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z, and then, because that'll only get me so far, and then to get the rest of the way, I'd probably then move these, it'll be these same drawers, and go 183A, double A, triple A, B, 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 C, and so on to wherever I finish. And obviously the last 3 I'd then finish up there. I've just realised those 12 big ones in that unit are not done, and I think I've only got a couple left there. So I'm going to finish that one off, and then I may do that and that, so that all them are done. I tend to get carried away when I do this because I hate doing it. So I'll be really enthusiastic, do a bit, and I was like, yeah, that's enough. But yeah, if I can do that one, I might do that as well, finish that off. Although that's my used section, so kind of not what I need at the minute. I need to be doing them. But if I do all the others, then I've got nothing less to do other than them, so I've got to do them. It's now Wednesday morning and we've actually got a couple of orders to show you today. Obviously I didn't have any yesterday, so we got Disney Series 2 collectible throw zone going out on eBay, and then we've got this one on Bricklink. Lots of different parts, 92 items in 18 lots, so still really quiet, but at least I've got something going out the door today. I'm going to get these done and then start with the part out. 2 orders are now done, and as you can see, I've got the table set up ready for parting out. 2 cardboard boxes have just ended up there because I've got nowhere else for them at the minute. So I just want to show you that all the sets are still on the shelves, etc. As this is the first day of my challenge of trying to do 100 sets in a month that I didn't start early yesterday. So I'm going to start with this one. I'm going to try and clear stuff that's on here first, except for those 2. That's the Pirate Snub, Star Wars, and one of the Dreams, because I've got more of them in the boxes that are at the back. So my fear is clear ones that aren't in boxes as well. So like this one is in the boxes as well. So other than the stuff on the shelf, there's these Friends ones, the Marvel ones, and some of the bigger stuff, the Minecraft, the Sonic, the Enders. And then that way I can get to the sets that are in the cardboard boxes after, because I don't want to have to move loads of box sets to get to a cardboard box. So these are what I'm going to start with. As you can see in here, they're still sealed, they've still got all the stock in. So I'm going to start with them 8 and see how the day pans out. Hopefully get this one done and maybe get another one started, if not done as well. So I'll update further in a bit. They're all unboxed now. That's all the bag 1s, bag 2s, empty boxes, bag 3s, instructions, the sale, and the sticker sheet. That's it, all sorted and ready to be uploaded. When I do this, I use these trays, obviously, as you've seen, and I try and group by colour where possible. So obviously all black in that one, all tan in that one, and then if I have to, you know, if there's not enough to fill a tray, then I'll try and do 2 colours, and at the end I'll then condense. And because obviously you never know how many compartments you're going to need for a colour until the end. So by condensing, I've just emptied 2 of them off. So then I try, where possible, so obviously red, because I do it in colour order when I'm uploading. So red's at the back end, white, yellow, trans, reddish brown, blue shouldn't really be in there. That'd be better with dark red nearer the top of the list. And sometimes it doesn't always work out like that, but I'd rather have it in less containers than having just one container for, or one tray, whatever you want to call them, for just each individual colour. So next job will be to start a brick store file and get that uploaded. But what I might do, I don't know yet, I'm going to think about this for 5 minutes while I get a drink. I might part another set out. I might move this lot to one side and then just sort another set ready for upload. So I've decided I'm going to get these prepped and sorted into trays ready for upload as well. I have got 12 of these because I forgot when I did this list, I'm going to put it down as 10 because I was going to save 2 for when they've retired, 2 more, but I couldn't get them in the box because I thought I was saving 6 and porting out, no, saving 8 and porting out 10 because I've got 18. But I couldn't get 8 in the box, so I only saved 6 and I forgot to adjust it. So I've done it on that one. And then I'm just gonna change it like that there, so that I know. So with the 8 I did earlier, the Disney one, and that 12 of them, that will get me to 20, so that'll be a good start. Even if I don't get them all uploaded today, the time consuming bit is this bit, sorting them. So that's what I'm going to do now. And that's those done. Didn't take long. Obviously it's a really small set. It's only 59 parts per set. Obviously 12 copies of it, so didn't take up a lot of trays either. I'm using 3 trays. And I have still got some trays there. I tend not to use them ones because they're slightly different. No, sorry, I'm lying. More than 3 trays. I forgot about this one. Just didn't have enough empty slots. So yeah, the difference in the trays is the ones I don't use go straight down, whereas these ones, there's a slight curve, so it's a lot easier to slide all the parts out. Because on the straight ones, parts get stuck and they don't slide up with your hand. I'm not sure that makes sense, but anyway, that's probably the best way I can describe it. So if I'm honest, because I've still got, I don't know how many is there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 8, 9 trays there, I might do another set. Well, I've just got everything set up because I've had to move these 2 stacks of them out so that I can sit at the desk properly, so it kind of makes sense while I've got it set up and working, just to keep going until I've run out of trays. So I'm gonna have a look and see if there's a sort of in between these 2 sizes for me to do, because obviously I've got limited trays now. Decided this is the next set. I've got 6 copies of this. I've just been checking the price guide, but then it shows you the amount of lots. So there you go, 118. So I know that the trays I use, these trays, are 15 compartments. So if I divide 118 by 15, it'll tell me how many compartments, how many trays I need. So I do 118 divided by 15, and it tells me I need pretty much 8 trays, which is what I've got. So then what I also did, just for my own curiosity, is the pot out value for the last 6 months is £25.55. I paid £5.40 per set, so £25.55, which you can see, divided by £5.40 is 4.7. So my return on investment is 4.7 times. So people always talk about what return they want on porting a set out, and a lot of people sort of go for 3 times the value, which is not always that easy to get, but when you get them on clearance at this sort of price, it's nearly 5 times the value, which is a really good return. And obviously with friends stuff, it's not always the most desirable, but it does give different lots and colours, so they are worth porting out sometimes, and obviously in this case it is. So I'm going to get started with these. That's the friend set all sorted. It's actually not the worst set I've ever done with friends. Got some decent stuff in it. 8x16 in tan. More tan, black, more black and orange. Yes, not the best colours. The coral and the dark turquoise. Plenty of white, yellow, more white. Again, lime's not brilliant. But like I've already said, the price I've paid, more than happy with that. So I just need to tidy up a bit now, so I'm going to stack that up and then look at getting rid of all the bags, boxes, bags, etc. The other boxes that are down there. And then I guess it'll be time to start uploading. I'm now starting my first upload. It's all out and ready to go. So this is the Friends set that I did. There's 6 copies of this. 118 different lots. 73 of them are already in stock. So there's 45 new lots. I've just been looking at that. Total of 1,296 parts. Now that differs from what Bricklink said. So Bricklink said 1,170. So there's an extra 126 items more. So that's obviously down to all the extra parts, because when using Brickstore, I use the include extra parts, so they get listed as well, which also affects the value, because that gives it a value of £167.21, and Bricklink had it at 153, so roughly 13 or 14 pound, 13 pound something more because of all the extra parts. I won't be listing the instructions. We'll come on to them in a bit. So yeah, I'm going to make a start on this. This is the first set. Now getting uploaded, the Friends one. It's all been put away. 1,296 items going in, 118 lots. And I've now got 8 trays ready for another part out. So I probably won't upload the other 2 today. What I might do at some point this evening, because time's getting on now, so I'm going to go to the post office in a minute. So this evening I might part out another set that'll fit in those 8 trays. So in the morning I'm ready to go with 3 sets fully sorted that just need uploading. Let's have a numbers check, because I've not done this for a while. I know it's gone down rapidly. 255,805 in 9,677 lots. So obviously I'm going. Sorry about the dog. I think it's finished. No. Obviously I've sorted 26 sets today. 6 Friends, 8 Disney and 12 Marvel. So 26 in one day sounds like a lot, but they're obviously all small sets and they're not all uploaded yet. It's when I get to the bigger stuff that things will slow down. Like if I do that, the modular police station. Obviously the enders there, bigger sets. The big Star Wars one at the bottom. Gabby's dollhouses. So I'm aware that I'm not going to get through it really quick. It's just I want to put a dint in the number of 100 as quickly as possible, because some of them will slow me down because I'll have more parts, or there'll be less quantity. Again, like that one, there's only 2 of them. So, but I'm going to try and do a variation, but I just want to get a good chunk out of the way to start with. This tip is more for any other sellers out there that may be watching. When the Lego Insiders, or when the Lego thing changed to Lego Insiders, I read online and was meant to believe that you could only register one of the same set. So the last few part outs I've done, which I've not done many recently as you're aware, I scanned one of the instructions for my account, scanned another one for my wife's account to get the free 20 points, and then gave the rest away. But someone recently told me that that was not the case and you could scan them all. So anyway, I've just tried it, and yeah, it worked. And then, so I've scanned all 6 of these, and then I've just gone onto my insider's account, and you can go on points history, and it shows you how you earned the points. And there are 6 different lots of 20 points dated today's date from when I've scanned them. So I just thought I'd share that in case anyone didn't know that and they've only been scanning 1 copy. So yeah, you can scan them all because each QR code is slightly different. So they will all go in the recycling now. I'm not bothered about, I'm not interested in selling them, especially as I've used the QR codes. So at least with this little challenge I've set myself of 100 sets, that's also 100 lots of instructions, which is 100 times 20 points. So what's that, 2,000 points? I don't know what that equates to these days. I think it used to be about £5, didn't it, for 800 points? But either way, it's still, it's more points, which eventually will mean more Lego. It's now Thursday morning and we've got some orders. Not loads, we've got a grand total of 4 going out, but we've got a decent bit of value. So starting with the smallest in terms of parts and value. So we've got a Crawley minifigure on there, some, I think they're Han Solo legs, can't remember. Baby dinosaur and a head. Increasing in value and parts, mixture of minifigure bits and pieces, Sirius Black minifigure from Harry Potter, and then, as I said, some parts. Then the highest value one is lots of different minifigures from a range of themes. Nice to see quite a few Friends ones on it. And that's going off to Canada. That was, including shipping, £49. And then on eBay, I've got these 2 bears. Now, I listed these on eBay because, let's see if you can see how the paint on his nose is, well, not the paint, the print, sorry, was worn. And the same on there. So they weren't deemed good enough for Bricklink. So I put them on eBay, obviously explained the condition, showed the condition on the photos at £24.99, and that's what they've sold at. That's a really good sale for 2 bears that are slightly damaged, still more than usable. Some of the print that's worn. So a bit happier this morning in terms of having stuff going out the door with a bit of value. So I'm going to get these done, and then it'll be probably uploading these 2 sets from yesterday. So I'm halfway through uploading 12 of these. I've put away all the lots that are already in stock. The set has 48 lots, 25 are already in stock, meaning 23, which are these 23, are all new lots to the store. The totals for the set are 792 parts. So again, it's more than what Bricklink said, because oh, that's wrong anyway, because I did it as 10 when I had 12 of them. But still, it'd be more if you had another. If we did 60, that's 650, 710. So minus 2, 708, and that's saying there's 792 because of the extra parts again, with a grand total of £181.73. So I'm just going to home these pieces, and then it'll be move on to the next set. I'm currently uploading the 8 copies of this set. I've homed everything that's already in stock, so all I've got left is the new items, which is this lot. I've condensed everything down to obviously get rid of some of the trays, because this was full. I think I've just moved four of them out of the way just by condensing. So this is all the new items, and with this set there was actually more new lots going in than lots that I currently had in stock, so that's good. Not by many, but it's usually the other way around. You usually have more in stock than the new lots. So I'm just going to get this lot homed and located, and then that's all 3 of those sets that you've seen me sort uploaded. As you can see, that's all the way now. The only thing I need to do is scan the instructions for the insider points. Sorry, I'm just making sure I'd done what I need to do on that page. So that's a grand total of 2,624 items in 116 lots. So it's going in the right direction. So that's the 3rd of the sets that you've seen me do. So sorry, I'm thinking. So we're creeping back up, 258,972. So I'm happy about that. I have had an order come through, which is 270 items in 170 lots for just under £110, 115 more postage. It's all minifigure stuff. It's actually runs onto 13 A4 pieces of paper. So I'm going to get some dinner, and then I might make a start on that later. Not decided yet. I've got to nip out obviously to the post office and a couple of other places while I'm out. So we'll see what happens. I've had a couple of orders come in this afternoon. They're not going to go out the door today, but I'm going to make a start and get them picked. This one with some Harry Potter themed figures and a few parts. But then it's this other one, it's 13 pages it's printed out on. It's all minifigure parts, so accessories, legs, heads, torsos, hair, headgear, as you can see, and some actual minifigures as well. This is a great order to have. So it's 170 lots, 204 total items. So it's obviously going to take a while to pick, so that's why I want to get it started. You can see the value of it, £109, as I've already mentioned. So I'm going to get these, well, certainly get them started. I'm not planning on being in here too much longer today because time's getting on. But yeah, so I'm going to make a start on this just to make tomorrow morning easier, so hopefully I can jump straight into pointing out some more sets. Pick that order first, the one with the Harry Potter figures on, and a few other bits and pieces in there. And then the 13 page, it didn't actually take me that long. I think it's probably taken me about, I don't know, 35-40 minutes to do both of the orders. So this is what £109 and 50 something pence worth of Lego minifigure and minifigure parts looks like. So we've got a couple of new figures, some new head and hairs, headgear, legs and torsos, some accessories, and another new figure. So that's some new stuff. Used, there are all the figures, lots of series figures, and a few others mixed in. A couple of, we've got a Lego Movie one there. Wild Style as well, which is a Lego Movie. Which remember they're just series figures, as you can see. A few bits of body armour, a few heads. These are the used ones. Lots of headgear and hair, torsos, and then legs. So it doesn't look like a great deal when you break it down like that, but that's a brilliant order. Really happy to have it. Really happy to even have it picked and ready to go in the morning. So that'll save me a lot of time. And while I've been doing that, I don't even know what's on this one. We've got a order on Brick Owl. Got my printers. Try to chew that up a bit. What we got? One pizza. A hat. We've got a transparent light blue horse. One piece of track. Some instructions. Oh, that's a troll's instructions. Head wig instructions, a friend's torso, and then a hairpiece. So I'm going to get that picked as well, and then I may look at packaging those others up as well, or not, I don't know. Pick this and see what I feel like. It's now Friday morning. We've had a couple more orders come in overnight. Obviously you've seen me packing those three up. So we've had another decent size one on Bricklink. Some large quantities of some parts. Total of 886 items in 18 lots for £43. And then another one on Brick Owl. All just parts based again. So for these two and those three, I'm at just under £200 worth of Lego. So that's a really good 24 hours. If every day was like that, it'd be, you know, I'd be happy with that. That's the goal, and that's only off 5 orders, so that's really pleasing. And then we've had a couple of items on eBay. One is Lego related, an old PS4 game, and then an old Now TV box. So that sold for £7 and that sold for £20. So I'm going to get these sorted, get postage labels done obviously for those as well, and then look to start potting a set out. Today's not quite gone to plan. Just had a bonus order come in. It's now the afternoon. One factory box, as you can see, £35 plus postage. I'm just about to get that done because I've got to nip out to go to the post office and then to the doctor's for an appointment. So that's probably going to be it for today. I've been doing other stuff, non-Lego related, since this morning, which needed doing. So it wasn't what I had planned for the day, but you know, sometimes plans change, and they have done today. So I'm just going to box this up and get this taken in with me.